congratulations on 1 year.
Thank
you made
you.
it to the sacred 1 year mark.
Yeah. The core of this restaurant is, like talking about our experiences through food.
How has your food evolved?
At the heart and soul, it is Korean food. It is the food that we as the Kim family have sat down and shared. How does the food reflect, the changes of our generation and sort of where is it heading? And, being kind of excited about that and challenging the notion of what is traditional and what is, part of your cultural heritage, but also as someone who is also an American, that is part of your culture and heritage too. So how does that sort of fit in this, for me, using this restaurant to be able to have those sort of open conversations. While I was at UIC, the proximity is really close to Little Italy. Eating Italian food really elicited some of those really deep personal childhood memories, and it would satiate the part of myself that was homesick. There was something so comforting that I found through Italian American cuisine. At UIC was when I really started taking an interest in food. It really just sparked something in me to look at food in a completely different way of food as science.
I can relate to your background. For me, it's been this strange transition to see Korean food as something that I kind of had to hide and not share to now becoming this really hot type of cuisine. How does it feel from a chef's perspective?
When I was a kid and growing up, and you open up that Tupperware full of rice and kimchi, and kids are oh my gosh, that's so gross,
so
it smells. I know, and to see it in a magazine being hot new trend, or it just sort of, it is encouraging in some ways that people are just becoming more open-minded. It always kind of has that memory of being I was the weird kid, and I remember after 2nd or 3rd grade, I went home and I was Mom, please stop packing me these lunches. I just want bologna, American cheese, white bread, pudding cups, and that's what I want to bring to lunch. And I could tell it kind of bothered my mom. With Asian parents, it's just they have a very specific dream for you in mind, right? Of the things that you're supposed to accomplish to feel their sacrifices were enough, and then you as a child of an immigrant carry that immigrant guilt with you, and I still carry that with me, wow, the restaurant opened, we're doing the things that we want to do, and we're happy doing them, but there's always that part of me that's sort of yeah, but would your parents be proud? Would your grandparents be proud? Could they look at this and say you've accomplished what we feel is the American dream? And there's a lot of pressure, that we carry around. I think when people think braised short ribs, it's they have something very specific in mind, and this is something that was really hard to overcome the first 6 months that we were open. Instead of just slicing them thinly, we got the 2-inch bones, so the full short rib bones, and then we just sous vide them for a very long time. So we'll do them for about 18 hours, and then on pickup we'll just sear them on all sides and then slice it almost like a steak. It's a fun way to eat the kalbi. Nothing makes me happier than walking through the dining room and you just see people they have it in their hands and they're just really getting in there, and you're yes, that's the way that you're supposed to eat it. There's nothing dainty about this, no judgments. Another dish that we've had since the beginning that we probably can never take off is the tteokbokki lamb ragu.
That plate melds those two worlds in a way that is still distinctive. You can taste each cuisine, but then it's perfect together. It's heavenly together, because it's the rice cakes from the Korean world with this unbelievably slow cooked gravy that's over it. Is unreal.
The support from Andersonville, from the Chamber of Commerce to the actual physical neighborhood to the neighboring businesses, there is such a sense of community that I think that's what we're really looking for.